gentleman is doing his first time here. He'll be doing some stand-up. Please welcome Martin Kijazi to the stage.
All right. How you guys doing? Fantastic. So my name is Martin, but in my African tribal language, they call me Martini. So I literally sound like a big bottle of liquor. So as you can tell from my accent, I'm an immigrant. I've been here for a few years now, and I really like Canada. But I still have a little problem with the big Canadian lie. Before you come to Canada, they tell you, come to Canada, the land of 4 seasons. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. And you come here, you realize there's only 2 seasons. Only 2 freaking seasons. Winter and July. So I also have an African name. My last name is Kijazi. But I don't use it that often because people screw it up a lot. And the thing with my name is very sensitive, so if we just change the pronunciation a little bit, it changes its meaning. Some people, for example, call me Mr. Kijiji. And Kijiji in Swahili means a village. So I know I'm not freaking village, but I can live with that. The worst version of my name I have heard people here call me is Mr. Kinyesi. And that is totally unacceptable because in Swahili, Kinyesi literally means a piece of shit. So a few months ago, I got this new job, and my boss wanted to introduce me to my co-workers. So before the meeting, he called me. He said, "Please remind me, how do you pronounce your last name?" So I told him not once, not twice, but 3 times with hand gestures. I said, Kijazi, Kijazi, Kijazi. So we got to the meeting. He stands up and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Ki." So I was standing next to him. I reminded him, I whispered, "Kijazi." So he had to start all over again. "Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Jacuzzi." So I didn't want to correct him in front of everybody, but now everybody thinks I am Mr. Jacuzzi, and everybody calls me Mr. Jacuzzi. So the next day I got to work, I had to go back to my boss's office, and I said, "Sorry, his name is Mr. Pius." I said, "Sorry, Mr. Pius. You know, yesterday I just didn't want to correct you in front of everybody, but my name is not Jacuzzi, my name is Kijazi." He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know, it's too late now because now everybody thinks you are Jacuzzi, and people love Jacuzzi, and they love you for that. Can we just call you Mr. Jacuzzi because it's easier to say?" So first I was angry, but then a brilliant idea came to my mind. I said, "You know what, Mr. Pius? I think Kijazi is too difficult to pronounce, but I also have a hard time pronouncing your last name. Pius is too hard for me. Every time I say it, I have to think hard. So let's make a deal. You guys can call me Mr. Jacuzzi, and I have come up with a simpler version of your name. I can just call you Mr. Pussy." He didn't like that, so he decided that I should retire prematurely. Okay, so anybody here is still in the dating stage of their life?
I am.
Okay, how's that going, man?
It's going quite well.
It seems it's going well, I can tell. I envy you.
Thank you.
Because it's not going well for me. And partly my fault, because I'm still using the same pickup and romantic lines that used to work in my African village. And they don't work here. I remember going out with a girl and I wanted to impress her. So I said, "Guess what?" She said, "What?" I said, "My father has 10,000 cows." Don't get me me wrong. I mean, she actually thought that was funny, and she thought I had good sense of humor. So we kept going out for a few more dates. And one day I wanted to actually propose to her. And I'm very traditional. So I went down on both of my knees. But before I popped up the question, I took her hands, both of her hands. I looked at them. I said, these are beautiful, perfect. Your hands are perfectly made for milking our cows. She didn't like that, so we broke up. But I figured things that work in Canada. I realized Canadians, and North Americans generally, like when you say their names. They like you and they like it. So I went out with another girl and I wanted to impress her. So I said, Janet, I love your beautiful brown eyes, Janet. Oh, Janet, you are so beautiful, Janet. Oh, Janet. So she said she wanted to break up with me. I said, why? She said, you idiot, my name is Alicia.